Hello, y'all. So we're back with a continuation of discussing about the different levels of homophobia and transphobia. Except this time, instead of addressing, a so-called reality star on a up-and-coming platform, that person knows who they are, um, and a porn star who is in his age-old days. Um, we're now actually addressing some A-list. Well, one is an A-list celebrity, and the other one, I guess, is a D-list celebrity. We're going to address Bootsy, motherfucking Dargon, Roscoe, badass, cause he reminds me of Dargon snot nosed Roscoe off of Martin. That's what he gives me. So motherfucking Dargon, mini Dargon, I'm trying not to use the M word, not to disrespect the little people community. But Dargon, mini old Roscoe, and Dave Chapelle, child, is a key example of inadvertent trans and homophobia versus overt disrespectful homophobia. So, like I mentioned to the other person, and then the thing is, you could be in the community, like one of these folks here, I think, is low key in the community, and actually be, just as disrespectful. Because the thing is, gay folks have disrespected trans folks for the longest, and then because you have a token or one or two trans friends or whatnot, so you say that you're not transphobic, but you will make insensitive comments about a particular trans person on Mad Day, and say generalizing statements and think that is okay. That is no different than a white person saying a tar baby, a black mammy, a monkey like comment on Mad Day and say, well, because I have so many other friends, that's black, it's okay to make an exception than say a derogatory statement for one particular person. Now, you have inadvertent Darwin phobia, which is, saying, ignorant shit, but not having the malicious intent of being disrespectful, but you're saying stuff that really did not need to be said. And this goes into Dave Chapelle. Where Dave Chapelle went wrong with his comedy skit. Number one, you are a comedian, sir. And it's like you going into this darn story. It gave me very much a lighthearted darn Bill Cosby, because Bill Cosby would take times in his segment and start going into political talks and all that, except he was a little bit more stern. Dave Chapelle, not so much. Dave Chapelle tried to give a lighthearted approach to it. But the thing is this, people came and paid tickets for you to give the comedy. Didn't nobody darn gonna come to give your thoughts on what you view on certain political spectrums and topics and LGBT, this, that, and third. It was like, the reason why I didn't have any respect for Dave Chapelle in this commentary is because the shit wasn't, number one, funny. It's like nobody didn't ask for the shit, and then I think low-key your team put you up to it because they know that certain folks are so reactionary that it was going to keep you darn relevant for weeks to come. Because this shit has been said over a month ago, and people are still talking about, oh, we're going to boycott darn Dave Chapelle, we're going to not darn purchase nothing on it. And then the thing is, it's how your boycotting and half y'all motherfuckers wasn't even supporting anyway. That's why I say the term boycotting is just so overused. Number one, if I wasn't darn supporting Dave Chapelle, I cannot boycott. I don't have a Netflix subscription, so it ain't nothing for me to boycott. First of all, the only thing I can do is give my commentary. And my thing is this: I can recognize Dave Chapelle was low key trying to stray the fence and trying to play up on this darn role of, calling out the differences, but doing it in such a way where it's like you bringing up the slight advantages that LGBT has overall over black people, and then you're pointing out the double standards and all this as if once again some of us don't still have the the disadvantage from the white perspective of being black. It's like you mentioned, stuff about LGBT, and you're doing it in this story time telling manner at a comedy show, And then you getting all the conscious folks darn on in the amen corner, darn on hooting and hollering. And it's like, I think this is a sad failed attempt to darn on revive his career. Because y'all know Dave Chapelle was paraded as this person who came out of a 10-year hiatus and struck up this huge Netflix deal. And he's on top of the world, this, that, and the third. And ever since then, we ain't really seen too much that warrants him getting that I mean, now, Dave Chapelle will forever be a legend. However, it's like, as far as that comedic flair, that, you know, something that's going to make you laugh, he just doesn't do it for me. And I think that this is a tactic that he's using to try to latch on to people to darn on buy his money. He's trying to darn on tap into people's emotions of simultaneously striding the fence, saying just enough against the gay community without being disrespectful, where some LGBT folks can be like, okay, I can understand where Dave Chapelle coming from. And matter of fact, let me go ahead and support Dave Chapelle. And then at the same time getting the conscious folks to say, yep, Dave Chapelle speaking that truth. Dave Chapelle speaking that truth. Let me go ahead and support Dave Chapelle. And then darn going boost him up. So he's darn going getting fanfare from both sides of the fence that he wasn't getting beforehand, because once again, he really wasn't landing nothing, no jokes or nothing that was getting people in the seats. He just doesn't do it for me. Now, is people a little bit too sensitive in this day and age when it comes to jokes? Yes. I do believe comedians should have some free range within reason to make certain jokes and stuff, whether it's against black people, white people, Indian people, Asian people, or whatever, as long as it's not maliciously derogatory in intent. Like, I don't believe in, pretty much as long as you're not trying to really maliciously target no community in a disrespectful way. And a good example of this is Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac, honey, he will make fun of his own motherfucking black complexion, your black complexion, and turn around and make fun of darn going Ching and Ling and Me Wong and everybody else in the audience. Turn around, make fun of the white person in the audience, turn around and make fun of the darn going Hispanic person, and did it in such a way where it was comedic laughter. Same thing for Monique, the past Monique. Now the current Monique, I don't know if she will fare, too good with making a racial joke, because she done got into that, lecturing type too over the time. But folks like the old school Monique and Samore was another one who was good at it. Bernie Mac and all of them, Steve Harvey a little bit. It's like, that's where I more so lean towards. But darn on Dave Chapelle, not so much. So it was just a point of the joke fell flat. It wasn't no joke. You call yourself straddling the fence, trying to be passive and trying to be pseudo woke hotep. Nobody didn't ask for the shit during a comedy segment, and now you getting all this publicity, and in certain darn on aspects, when you are dwindling down, all publicity is good publicity. That's what I'm getting for darn on Dave Chapelle. Do I think Dave Chapelle is outright homophobic or transphobic where he hates? No. Do I think what he said was insensitive for the better interest of himself in his darn on dwelling career and darn on keeping people, hyping them up and putting them in the limelight? Yeah. So I think he did this, strategically for his own self-serving interest, not for the interest of black people as a whole, nor for the likeness of LGBT. So that is, like inadvertent homophobia, where somebody did not have the actual conscious intent of being disrespectful. They internally are not homophobic or transphobic in nature as far as being malicious, but their actions come off as distasteful nonetheless. That's what you got with Dave Chapelle. Now, going on to somebody who's just outright overt, disrespectful, low down, just, flat out, bigot all the way around. Mini ass darn on Roscoe, burnt black ass motherfucking Boosie badass. Busted ass darn on D-list darn on at best Boosie. I can't tell you not one motherfucking hit that this motherfucker ever had type Boosie. Darn going targeting this darn going child who's young enough to be, ain't Boosie like 40 some years old? You going after somebody, first of all, that's young enough to be your child. And you darn gonna making all these darn gone comments about darn going Lil Nas X being tainted for the children and this, that, and the third. And oh Lord, he's darn gonna harming the children, the kids. Oh, what about the children, man? I'm like, honey, just your face alone is a darn gone detriment to anybody darn gone human, honey. You darn gonna look about as repulsive as a gorgon, and you talking about motherfucking darn going Lil Nas X throwing it up in a circle is the worst thing for our children, child. Bye. Yeah, you can say Lil Nas X is not childhood friendly no more, but it's like after a certain point, it's like folks got to be adults. It's like Lil Nas X is 21, and just like we had to have this conversation with motherfucking we had to have this with y'all. Let Britney Spears slide, but everybody else through the Disney Channel, y'all did not. Honey, y'all did this with Sky Jackson. Y'all did this with motherfucking who else? Basically everybody from Disney. Everybody from Disney had to go through this awkward transition. Justin Bieber, Drake, I think might have got but Drake don't really be going too hard, so y'all let Drake go with the raunchiness and all of this, that, and the third. But y'all know every childhood star that's gone ahead and gotten the dope. Chloe Bailey, y'all do this to all of the children that start out as children that got grown. Keke Palmer, another one. But when you add LGBT, especially gay on it, it just adds a whole nother level of drama. So now we got Lil Nas X, who was introduced to us at 18, now he's 21. Now we want to say, he's too tasteful and everything else because he's doing the gay explicit of what the Cardi B's and shit's doing. We can't darn gonna tolerate what he's doing on stage yet. You ain't say nothing about darn gonna Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B darn gonna doing a scissor-like number on stage. And like some of us has pointed out, you have yet to address your darn going child, so-called getting darn going. You arranging your child to be molested by a grown person. I'm trying to figure out what is the age of this darn gone child. Like, y'all do know the statute of limitations is 5 years from the age of majority. So I'm trying to figure out why hasn't an investigation been launched into that. See, we are so darn going. We have normalized debauchery behavior so much so that nobody has not even darn going asked why has there, like, once again, is the child grown at this point? Because I'm trying to figure out why isn't there an investigation? Unless the child is like 23, 24 at this point, I'm trying to figure out why isn't there an active investigation upon what darn going Lil Boosie said on his own live stream about darn going having a child be darn going entertained by a grown woman. You darn gonna forcing your child into darn going sex at the age of darn on 13. But you darn gonna talk about somebody who's on a TV show or on an award show where you can control what your darn on children. Why you talking about somebody being detriment as if the darn going superstar supposed to be the darn going point of moralitude in darn going raising your children. But the parent in this case is the one darn going bringing darn on pedophiles to darn on molest they darn, because whoever was the grown stripper is just as wrong in this shit too. But we ain't talking about that though. So yeah, y'all, that's basically the difference between the overt and the inadvertent levels of homophobia. And my thing is, it's going into darn going one of them being in the closet. Y'all say darn on the reason why darn going Boosie be going so hard at darn going Lil Nas is because I think he wants to try out Lil Nas darn on magic stick on the low, because I think this is more so a wannabe lover's crail. I think he wants to darn go and get a, and because some of y'all say he might want to get a taste of that Lil Nas backside, but honey, the way darn gone Boosie be flipping and hooting and hollering, I think darn gone Boosie is more so a bottle. Y'all keep trying to give this motherfucker darn gone big dick energy. It's like, number one, I know they say some big things come in small packages, but I don't think that applies in this case. I think darn on Bootsy want the darn on low key turn up the old age cakes, his darn on busted brownie looking cakes to darn on Lil Nas X. I think that's what it is on the low. It would not surprise me if it comes out that that he tried to darn on holler at Lil Nas X and Lil Nas X dropped them down flat. I think that's what the shit's going on. Because it's like, girl, you keep targeting darn on Lil Nas a little bit too much. Like, you ain't even speaking about LGBT at this point overall as a whole. You keep darn on targeting this one particular person. It's like, girl, I think there's something more to that. But even still, I think it's some self-loathing, overt darn on homophobia going on from against Lil Nas X by Bootsy. And, you know, both of it is deplorable. One more than the other. Now, darn going, you know, Dave Chapelle can be educated on. I don't believe in throwing Dave Chapelle away. I want Dave Chapelle. The only problem is he should really get some more better jokes and stick to the comedy. That's the only thing we can advise for Dave Chapelle. And even then, if Dave Chapelle don't make a good joke again, he done made so much money, he's really set for life. But my thing is this, Bootsy. Your ass is worth only about $500,000. And it's like, girl, aren't you like a diabetic and a cancer survivor? Hence why I'm not going to go too tough on your skin, because it's like, you know, as a cancer survivor, you know, it might have fried your skin up a little bit and you didn't take the time to go out and get, you know, a help from an esthetician such as myself, you know. But it's like, you have all this time to talk shit, but you have not took the time to darn gonna seek no type of skincare service yet. You have all the time to talk shit, but you ain't had no time to go and darn gonna explore who you really are on the low. You have time to talk all this damn shit, but I can't darn going mention not one darn gonna hit that you had. Because isn't Lil Boosie supposed to be a so-called rapper or whatnot? And the matter of fact, y'all said that he was over in Atlanta just not too long ago. I need y'all to tell me without Google searching. Please name me a darn on Bootsy song that actually darn on was something on the charts. I'll wait. And that's another reason I think that he's going so hard in the paint against Lil Nas X. Because in the industry, y'all know for the longest that they tried to darn on make it where gay people couldn't overtly be outwards. Because there's always been gay people in the industry. They just work behind the scenes. But we done worked so hard as LGBT folks over the years to darn gonna be in front of the camera instead of behind the scenes. Because once again, they didn't have no problem having us in Hollywood throughout all the decades, but they always kept us in the background as the closeted director, the makeup artist, the hairstylists, and the cinematographers and everything else. But now that you seeing us getting in front of the camera and we're now, you know, the singers and the dancers and the lead actors and shit, and your motherfucking ass ain't got not one darn on relevant hit, yet you going up against somebody half your age who done managed to get more in they 2 years of being out than your darn on 20-year history. That's what you darn on can't take. You as an old wannabe darn going queen. Because that's what Bootsy is. Bootsy carries on like an old motherfucking bitter bitch queen. I can't even say that this is some darn going alpha male type shit, because I don't even get alpha male energy from motherfucking darn on miniature Bootsy darn going burnt brownie looking ass. I get old bitter bitch queen who is darn going mad that number one, that the young queen didn't want the darn going give the darn going old queen no D. Cause once again, darn going Bootsy give me darn going bitter bitch darn going busted bottom teeth. He wanted the darn on cakes turned out by darn on Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X low-key said he was alright. And darn on that's why Bootsy is in his feelings, bro. He's up in his motherfucking feelings. Because my thing is this. I don't recall Bootsy being on this darn on LGBT darn on tirade prior to this. Now, he still probably had his darn on inner thoughts about LGBT folks. But you know, he's going a little bit extra hard in the paint towards one particular person. And like I said, I think it's a little bit of jealousy and a little bit of darn going resentment of that he didn't get chosen. So you mad that darn on Lil Nas X didn't allegedly choose you. And then you also mad because this darn person half your age still managed to brag more number ones that you will ever get. You ain't got not nail number one hit, and this person now got what, 3 number one songs that has hit the Billboard. He's darn going managed to amass more wealth in 2 years than you have in 20 years. I think darn going Lil Nas X has a net worth that is over 10 times that of darn going Lil Boosie. I think that's where the jealousy darn going comes in for the old miniature darn going bitter brownie looking bitch. And you know it's sad. You know, go get some counseling, honey. Go take your ass to a darn going senior darn going dating club of fellow age appropriate motherfuckers that will might entertain you. That, you know, and if you still want to act like you on this alpha male shit, you know, you can keep it on the low. There ain't nobody telling you when to come out. Because not everybody needs to be on the front line represent. Because y'all want to put everybody in our darn... Some folks need to just stay in the closet. And my thing is this, Boosie, you can stay in the closet, girl. But I just want you to have somebody in that closet for you that can entertain you. That will be willing to play with you. So you can stop darn on touring after this darn on child. So leave Lil Nas X alone. Let Lil Nas X be who he's going to be. Something that you could never aspire to. Something that you could never get to. Let Lil Nas X be here. Your time has come and long gone, honey. Now, I know some people start off later in life. They say darn on Samuel L. Jackson didn't start his first movie until he was 40-some years old, child. But I don't think you want to have that late turnaround for you where you might start off at 40 and you might become something someday. Because in your industry, you already done. Ain't nobody seeing it for you, Bootsy. You have become just a walking spectacle. Nobody, every time somebody think about Bootsy, they ain't never thinking about your music. They always thinking about what was the latest antics that darn on Bootsy said. You was pretty much the male version of Kaya at this point. And I can't even give you Kaya because at least Kaya had at least 1 or 2, 3 darn on songs that I can darn on memorize. Bitch, you don't even got that. And then I would at least say Kaya at least is known as the darn on reading queen of the day, honey. She can give you old nasty read. Bitch, you can't even darn on read enough. And like I said, you just a bitter, busted, darn on basic, burnt, brownie looking darn on miniature little motherfucker. Who is mad that ain't nobody looking at him in any type of sexual way. You mad that this darn on young boy who's half your age is getting all the attention that you wish you could have. And you wanted a little bit of him in more ways than one. You wanted his likeness and you wanted a little bit of his essence by way of darn going being in him with a little bit of soul tie. And that was not what he was fixing to do with you. And now you want to become this darn overt, darn bigoted motherfucker. So that is it, y'all. Y'all leave y'all thoughts down below. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.